Hey, what's up, people, man? You already know what it is. It's your boy T Nice, hip hop artist, fitness enthusiast, Mr. All or Nothing. And we back. Another All or Nothing podcast. Just like I told you I was going to do. So I'm here, man. I'm here. You did. And first and foremost, welcome to Monday. I hope that this week is very prosperous, very, that you get a lot of shit done. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even gonna hold it back. That's what I'm hoping for you guys. And again, welcome to another All or Nothing podcast. And today's topic is you can't force who you already are, man. You cannot force who you already are. And we're going to dive straight into this. I'm going to tell you, man, I'm a believer in knowing yourself and knowing your worth. I feel that you got to know who you are. You got to truly know who you are in order to reach true happiness and success. You know what I'm saying? And not only do you got to know yourself, you have to accept it, and you got to live in your truth. And when I say you got to know yourself and you have to accept it and you got to live in your truth, I mean, doing what feels right to you, doing what you know is right for your life, for your journey, for what you're going through, for what you're trying to attain, doing that and accepting it and saying, hey, look, man, this is me. This is what I have to do in order to get to where I need to be. This is what I have to do in order to be who I know that I truly am, or be who I see myself being. And when you do that, you're living in your truth. You know what I mean? You're not living a lie. You're not living for somebody else. You're not living to somebody else's standards. You're living in your own truth. And to me, that's what it means, knowing what works for you, understanding your purpose in your life, understanding why you do what you do, and knowing exactly what it is that you want out of your life. And yeah, you can't do things that go against what you want the end result to be. That's just law. That's a law. That's kind of like the law of physics. Not law of physics, but it is physics. It's kind of like the law of gravity, I guess, or whatever. Law of attraction, all that kind of stuff, man. Like you can't go against the grain when it comes to your life, and I think that can be taken so many different ways, but when I say that, I'm saying you can't, I can't think of the right word right now that I want to use, but really what I'm saying is you can't do something that doesn't coincide with what you want the end result to be. You know what I'm saying? For example, if you want to be a professional athlete and you're absolutely sure that that's what you want to do and you understand that that's what you want to do, you know that you should be training and taking care of your body. So with knowing this, going out and partying every night, missing practice, oversleeping for practice, not coming up to the games, you wouldn't go out and do the things that may cause you to injure yourself or, so you never be able to play again. That's going against what you should do. That's just a little example. you know. Um, but yeah, I just truly believe that you got to know who you are, know what you want out of life, and most importantly, you got to believe it. You have to really, really believe. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the faith, and you got to take those inspired steps and move accordingly. Now to the whole point of this whole podcast right here about you can't force who you already are and knowing yourself. You just got to relax, man. I feel like that's the key to a lot of this shit. That's the key to a lot of this stuff is you gotta relax. You gotta chill out. And when I say that, I don't mean be lazy. I don't want that to get misconstrued. I'm not saying that you gotta be lazy. I'm not saying that you should be lazy and you shouldn't work. I'm just saying that you gotta take some time and just chill out. Relax. It's all mental, man. And not feeling overwhelmed is very, very key. Like I was talking about in the last podcast, you know what I'm saying, but overthinking and being in your own way and getting in your own head, you know. So, since you already know what you need to do and what moves you need to make, you got to stop forcing it. You know what I'm saying? You got to make a strategy for what you need to get done. You know what I'm saying? And once you have this in place, it'll be a lot easier to work and move forward and accomplish the goals. But most importantly, it'll be a lot easier to take a step back and let things happen in the appropriate way that they're supposed to happen. I really just want y'all to take what I'm saying and just, think on it, dwell on it. even if you don't really understand it or get it this first time around, like listen to the podcast again, listen to what I got to say again. I'm most definitely not trying to take up a lot of your time. You know, like I said, a lot of this is me talking to myself. These are things that I go through all the time. Um, the subjects that I'm coming up with are things that I have to talk to myself about all the time. And I'm like, why not share this? You know what I'm saying? But for me personally, you know, it's something comforting and having faith and having patience and knowing that everything will work out the way that it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? It's so calming to know that you working to get a lot of things done and that they're really getting done, you know, moving closer to the goal because you stick it to the strategy that you put in place, you know. Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I feel so frustrated when I'm forcing something to work. When I'm forcefully doing something, it makes my mind feel very, very cluttered. And I typically don't get anything done or very little done if I do, you know, because I find myself in that space where I'm just sitting there and I'm just like stuck. You know, if I'm trying to create a song, if I'm working on a song, or if I'm coming up with a post, like this or something like that, or an article or something that I'm trying to write, or just figuring out what my next move is. If I'm forcing it, if I'm constantly like just, and it's kind of hard to describe, but I feel like you guys understand what I'm saying. Like if I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I gotta get it done, I gotta get it done, I gotta get it done, I gotta get it done. In my head, that just makes a whole lot of clutter. And then it makes it hard for me to think, you know, and that's not being mindful. You know what I mean? Like I want to be mindful, not have a mind full or full mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I just gotta sit back, relax, clear my head, and get to work. But when you create this strategy, when you create this plan, you can step back and get to work because you already have a timeline as to what you need to get done. So you're not sitting there all over the place, scatterbrain, trying to figure out what your next move should be because you already have that strategy in place. You already have that plan in place. You already know what you need to do at that point in time. So it's like, hey, look, I can sit back, I can relax, I can take a deep breath, and I can say, okay, what's next? Boom, this is next, you know, and move like that. You know, what happened for me was, you know, I stepped back and I looked in the mirror and I told myself, I was like, hey, you know what you're here for. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know why you're doing what you're doing. So act like it. You know, that was one of my biggest problems, was trying to force who I know that I am. I know myself fully. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. But at times, just day-to-day life and just overthinking, just getting overwhelmed, not doing my meditation like I need to, you know, I lose myself, you know, and I forget who the fuck I am. And I feel like that happens to everybody. Like we forget who we are. We can't forget who we are, you know. So like I said, I stepped back. I looked in the mirror. I told myself, you know what you're here for. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know why you're doing what you're doing. So act like it. And after that, everything seemed a little bit easier, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I realized that I was getting stuck and feeling overwhelmed because I was trying to force the work to get done, like I was saying earlier, you know. So I challenge you guys, man, give it a shot. You know, remember who you are, why you do what you do, believe in yourself, create the plan, the strategy, make those inspired steps, and I promise you that things gonna feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And when things tend to feel better, they tend to turn out a lot better, and they feel a lot better. It feels a lot easier doing those things. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I really got to say for you guys today. I appreciate you guys checking out this podcast once again, the All or Nothing Podcast. We're gonna continue to keep it coming, continue to keep it rocking. If you got any suggestions, drop them in the comments, shoot me an email. You know what I'm saying? Check out the website, therealtnice.com. Follow me on all social media. Make sure you go get that album, All or Nothing, which is out right now. Subscribe to the YouTube. Check out the fitness videos, man. We got everything. Check out the freestyles. I do it all, man. You know what I'm saying? Motivational bodybuilding rapper, however you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just who I am, man. I'm just trying to spread the love, spread the positive vibes, you know, vibrating at a high frequency, putting out great energy, and just continue to move forward and pushing people forward and creating something that we can all benefit from together. You know, me just speaking my mind, and this is kind of like an open book diary for me, kind of, you know what I'm saying? But me doing that and then finding other people who feel the same way and that are like-minded, and helping them move forward too with the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We all in this journey together. So it is what it is. But until next time, people, I am T Nice, and this is the All or Nothing Podcast. Good night. Or good morning. Have a great week. Let's get it.